G'day mates, welcome to another edition of Corrado Chiropractic during the pandemic. Tip number 5. My name is Dr. David Corrado and we have a special episode here for you today. I'm holding a didgeridoo. We're going to talk about the proper way to breathe and abdominal breathing. First, I want to dedicate this video to our Australian patients, family and friends, Marianne, Socrates, and Jules. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
Oi, oi, oi.
So just a little bit of background about this. I have a replica here, but this is used by the Australian people, Aboriginals, and in their rituals and their ceremonies, and something called dream time. You see I have my turtle here and my stork, and typically this is hollowed out eucalyptus wood from a termite, and there's beeswax put on this end here, and you make a droning sound with your lips like this, and that vibrates a tube. They make other vocalizations with my mouth and my tongue. Just as a side note, there's been a couple of research studies that actually showed with the didgeridoo that it's helped with snoring and sleep apnea, and it's also helped some people with some asthma. So I'm not saying to run out and go get a didgeridoo in order to help that, but my point is that when we learn how to play instruments and we learn how to control them, that we work our breathing and it can help us in those ways. So I've had some asthma before in the past, and I feel like this helped me a lot. I taught myself how to circular breathe, meaning I can draw the air in through my nose and hold it in my cheeks as I press and squeeze forward. So getting on to breathing, and I know a lot of you have been in my office now with a lot of neck pain and tension, a lot of sitting bad, and we did some other videos on that. But what I want to talk about is when we have stress and the way we tend to breathe. So when somebody is under a stressful situation, their tendency is to breathe with the upper part of the lungs like this. They pull up with their shoulders and they're breathing in their neck. That's the reason why you have a lot of neck pain. This activates the scalene muscles, the upper trapezius, the levator scapula to do this. And then as you breathe in this air, you're only oxygenating through the top part of your lungs. So you're not pulling enough air in to be able to help you oxygenate properly in your body. What we want to try to do instead is we want to take an abdominal breath, and we do this by contracting our diaphragm. Just as a side note here also, the diaphragm is part of our core, and we did some videos on that also about how to tighten the core when we walk it on. So the pelvic floor and the diaphragm actually makes the roof and the floor of the core, where our abdominal muscles and our obliques makes the walls on the side. So in order to abdominally breathe, we're going to contract our diaphragm, and that's going to push downward. When that pushes downward, our abdominal contents are going to get compressed and they're going to drive outward. So I'm going to take a nice deep abdominal breath right now, okay? And you're going to watch my stomach. My diaphragm's contracting, and I'm pulling air deeply down in my lungs, and I'm oxygenating. If you notice, my shoulders aren't raising, and I'm not getting into that crunch type of posture. Now, if you want to, you can fill up your entire lungs, and I'll show you how I do that now. So I'm going to take a deep abdominal breath, and then I'm going to fill the top of my lungs afterwards, and you can see the combination of the two. So the health benefits of abdominally breathing like this is oxygenating the entire body. It's meditative, it's relaxing, okay? It helps us take away some of our stress that we have. If we put all this abdominal breathing together, along with some of the vocalizations I'm going to do with my mouth and my throat, I'm able to strengthen my respiratory system when I do this. But it's best when you play with a friend.